Ever hear those old war movies or maybe even some modern documentaries and catch a snippet of radio communication? Amidst the static, intense voices, you might hear something like, "Alpha Team, proceed to Sector 7. Roger that, over." Or perhaps, "Bravo 6, status report. Bank, holding position." That seemingly simple word, Roger, or its less common cousin, bank, pops up frequently. But have you ever stopped to wonder why the military, an organization built on precision and efficiency, relies on these seemingly casual terms? Why not just a simple yes or okay? What's the story behind these peculiar pieces of military jargon? Well, you've stumbled into the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of military communication to uncover the reasons behind the enduring use of Roger and bank. It's a story that intertwines technological limitations, the crucial need for clarity in high-stakes situations, and a legacy that stretches back through the annals of warfare. To understand the significance of Roger and bank, we first need to appreciate the environment in which military communication operates. Imagine a battlefield, the cacophony of explosions, the roar of engines, the shouting of commands. In such a chaotic setting, clarity is paramount. A misheard instruction, a misinterpreted message, can have catastrophic consequences, leading to mission failure, casualties, and even friendly fire. Military communication systems, therefore, must be robust, reliable, and above all, unambiguous. Early forms of radio communication, the very systems that gave birth to Roger, were far from the crystal-clear digital transmissions we have today. They were often plagued by static, interference, and weak signals. Voices could be garbled, and distinguishing similar-sounding words could be a significant challenge. In this environment, brevity and distinctiveness were key. Enter the world of the phonetic alphabet. Developed to ensure that letters sounded distinctly different over noisy communication channels, systems like the NATO phonetic alphabet, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-Ray, Yankee, Zulu, one became indispensable. Instead of saying B and potentially having it sound like D or P through static, you would say Bravo, a word with a unique and easily recognizable sound. 1. Patents.google.com. Patents.google.com. Now, let's circle back to Roger. Its origins lie in the early days of radio communication and a previous iteration of the phonetic alphabet used by the U.S. Army and the British military before the widespread adoption of the NATO standard. In this earlier system, the letter R stood for received. So, when a sender transmitted a message and the recipient understood it, instead of simply saying yes, which could be misheard as other similar-sounding words, they would say Roger, signifying message received. Think about the efficiency this introduced. A single, clear word conveyed a crucial piece of information. The message had been heard and understood. This was far more reliable than a potentially garbled yeah or a mumbled okay. Over time, Roger evolved to not just mean received, but also understood and will comply. It became a concise and universally understood acknowledgement within military communication protocols. But what about bank? You might hear it less frequently, and its usage is a bit more nuanced. While Roger primarily confirms receipt and understanding, bank typically carries a slightly different connotation. It generally implies acknowledgement of a more complex instruction or piece of information that requires the recipient to take a specific action or remember a set of details. It suggests a higher level of cognitive processing and commitment to the received information. Imagine a pilot receiving a series of coordinates and target information. A simple Roger might acknowledge the reception, but a bank could indicate, I have processed this complex data and have it stored/committed to memory for execution. It suggests a confirmation that goes beyond mere reception. The etymology of bank in this context is less definitively established than Roger. One plausible theory links it to the idea of banking or storing information, implying that the recipient has mentally banked the details of the message. Another possibility could be a more localized or specialized jargon that developed within certain units or branches of the military. Regardless of its precise origin, its function is generally to convey a more thorough level of acknowledgement than Roger. The continued use of these terms, even in an age of increasingly sophisticated digital communication, speaks to the enduring principles of clarity and efficiency in military operations. While modern systems offer features like error correction and digital readbacks, the fundamental need for quick, unambiguous acknowledgement remains. Roger and bank are ingrained in military culture and training. They are short, easily recognizable, and universally understood across different units and even allied forces. Consider the cognitive load on a soldier in a stressful combat situation. Having to process complex instructions while under duress requires communication that is as simple and direct as possible. Roger and bank provide that simplicity. They are reflexively understood, minimizing the chance of misinterpretation when every second counts. Furthermore, these terms contribute to a sense of shared understanding and professionalism within the military. They are part of the unique language and culture that binds service members together. The use of established jargon reinforces a sense of belonging and adherence to protocol, which is crucial for effective teamwork and coordination. It's also worth noting that while Roger and bank are common, military communication protocols are constantly evolving. There are more formal and detailed acknowledgement procedures in place, especially for critical information. However, these shorter, more informal terms often serve as quick and efficient acknowledgments in less critical situations or as part of a broader communication exchange. Think of it like shorthand. In everyday conversation, we might use abbreviations or informal phrases to speed up communication. In the military context, Roger and bank serve a similar purpose, providing a concise way to convey essential information without unnecessary verbosity. Moreover, the legacy of these terms plays a role in their continued use. They are part of the historical fabric of military communication, passed down through generations of service members. This tradition contributes to their ingrained usage and widespread understanding. However, it's important to avoid overusing these terms or using them inappropriately. In situations requiring detailed confirmation or when ambiguity could arise, more specific and comprehensive acknowledgments are necessary. Military training emphasizes the importance of clear and unambiguous communication, and while Roger and bank can be valuable tools, they are not substitutes for precise language when the situation demands it. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.